With the first tournaments of the season quite literally starting in 2 days, there are so many different pros currently scrambling around trying to find trios, and we already have so many confirmed official teams for the brand new season. We have so much to go over in today's video, including how I actually think these trios are going to do, also some players that are still looking for a team, and we are going to try to put together their best potential options. Real quick before we do all of that though, I am going to be doing a face reveal at 100,000 subscribers, and we are getting closer and closer to that goal every single day. So if you guys are new to the channel, please subscribe right now and turn on notifications. If you guys want to support me even more, especially when buying the brand new season battle pass, the best way to do so is by using code KDOG in the Fortnite item shop. I am also going to start streaming on my Twitch very soon, link in the top of the description, so make sure to go follow me over there if you want to check out the streams. Without further ado though, let's start off this video with the one that I know all of you guys have been curious about. Who is Mrsavage and Panzer going to be playing with now, since they have officially dropped Mongraal? Now, the only current information we have is Panzer replying to a tweet, and he said that he is going to be landing at Outlaw Oasis with Mrsavage and Uppal. Now, the first thing I know all of you guys are going to say, who in the world is Uppal? And Uppal is basically in the exact same situation that Panzer was in when Mrsavage and Mongraal ended up picking him up. Uppal has quite literally only played in 2 grand finals ever, but in the very last grand finals when he played with Country and Finnick, he finished in 6th place in grands, so he did outplace Mrsavage, Mongraal, and Panzer in literally the last grand finals. He is a super underrated player. The only thing that there is a little bit of concern about is Uppal is also literally an IGL. Now, of course, this would be quite a decent concern since Mrsavage can play IGL. Panzer is literally the main IGL of the trio now, so if they were just adding a 3rd IGL to this as well, there would just nowhere be enough fighting power. So I ended up DMing Uppal myself, and I said, yo, just wondering, are you going to play IGL or frag when you're trying out with Savage and Panzer? And he said, gonna play as fragger. I was IGL just because I couldn't find a good IGL. Just need a little bit of a time to adapt to a fragging role. Now, first off, I have a couple different thoughts on this. This is a little bit of a questionable decision from Panzer and Mrsavage. We also did get a clip from Rezon explaining that Mrsavage said he was down to play with him, but it looks like Mrsavage is just currently letting Panzer make the decisions on who they're going to try out with first. I'll show you guys the Reason clip, and then we can talk a little bit more about it.
I mean, stream, yo bro, I'll let you know ASAP, waiting to hear what Panzer thinks. He has opposite sleep schedule since I'm on vacation right now, so it's going a little slow. Bro, Panzer's tweeting you guys play with Uppal, that's crickets, he's so bad. Yeah, he's trying with him. I'm on vacation, so I don't know if he's good or not. And I told Panzer I kind of want to play with you because if you grind, you're insane, and it's way better for everyone. Dann habe ich geschrieben, yeah, exactly, I'm just telling you right now. For now, I will try with Giannis and Noah too. Habe ich geschrieben, but if you want to try / play, I'm 100% down. Habe geschrieben, love that. I'll try to sell you as soon as possible so you can plan everything better.
So yes, that does basically confirm that right now the Mrsavage, Panzer, and Uppal trio is just a tryout stage. Obviously, Mrsavage is still on vacation, so they haven't even been able to play together as a full trio. Panzer and Uppal have been playing some scrims together and just trying out. And let's just say they didn't necessarily go the best, but also they were playing with a Phil, and Mrsavage wasn't even there. It looks like Uppal might also be around the same friend group that like Malibuka and Panzer are kind of in, so it would make sense on why they would want to try him out. I said in one of my previous videos, I wish they would have tried out like one of the more like top tier already established fraggers on the region, somebody like a Shark or a Chap, since I do feel like they are capable of getting either one of those guys to at least try out with. I would have loved to see this team try out with Shark, but at the end of the day, we do have to remember this is not the official trio for FNCS yet. They are probably just going to play the Eval Cup together if Mrsavage is back before then, see how some things go, and if they just completely dud out, maybe that'll already be the end of this experiment and they'll move on to the next guy. But I am curious to what you guys have to say about this in the comment section down below. They literally just got top 8 with Mongraal, and they're going from Mrsavage and Mongraal literally being best friends, playing together for like a year plus, to a guy that isn't even necessarily anywhere close to being established as a top pro on EU, and who has only played in 2 grand finals as well. I think there is a lot of question marks with this trio, but I am excited to see how it plays out. Next up, let's go over to NA and talk about some of the brand new NA teams that we have. Starting off with is Khanada, Muzz, and Rise. Now these guys are literally going to be landing at the second best, arguably the best drop spot in the entire map on NA, going to Shiny Shafts. This drop spot is absolutely broken. I think it honestly instantly puts their ceiling at a top 2. This is 100% a LAN quality team, and Khanada is finally on a trio where all 3 of them will be working super hard. They're all going to be grinding together, and all of their passion is Fortnite, and he's not having to play with people that are literally more focused on meme coins than endgame. So I am super excited to see how this trio does. I think their floor is like a top 5. I think this is a team that will stick together throughout the whole entire season, unless one of them gets like an absolutely crazy offer that they just can't turn down. But I think this is one of the first like official brand new trios that we have that is going to stick with each other throughout the whole season and potentially the rest of the year as well. Let's talk about Boltz and Rapid as well and who they decided to pick up. They decided to go with the underrated EU player who has just recently moved to NA, Muzz and Rise's old trio mate of Yapko. Now Yapko is an absolutely insane fighter. I think Yapko was the one who ended up leaving Muzz and Rise because he would rather play with Boltz and Rapid, as he does just think they are better players, I guess. I think the ceiling for this team is definitely also top 2 as well. They are currently going to Flooded Frogs. Boltz has announced that he is going to be taking the game way more serious this season. He's going to be grinding more and putting in so much more effort to hopefully qualify for LAN. So I hope that is true. But we also had Khanada like kind of downplaying Rapid's IGL ability as well. So hopefully this team is coming out with some vengeance this season, and they really want to prove some people wrong and prove that not only just for Rapid, but Boltz was literally supposed to be made out as like the next Peterbot on the region, and he has been a little bit disappointing recently. So I'm hoping these guys can have a strong showing in the upcoming tournament. Let's go back over to EU now, and we did kind of get confirmation from him in the clip that I showed, but Rezon has also tweeted out a picture of him playing with Yanis and Noah Riley. It looks like these guys are officially back together. We know this team had so much drama together when Yanis and Noah Riley ended up dropping Rezon for Chap. The whole Chap experiment did kind of fail, and then Rezon wasn't even able to make grand finals. So it's looking like these guys are going to end up going back to each other now, or at least trying out, it seems like. For my ceiling and my floor for this team, I honestly don't even know how this is actually going to go. I feel like their ceiling could be like a top 10 right now, since Chap, Yanis, and Noah Riley didn't even finish top 10, and then Rezon obviously didn't even make grand finals. So we really don't know what these 3 are capable of together in a trio FNCS. I think their floor would just be splitting up again. I wouldn't be surprised if Mrsavage hit up Rezon, and then Rezon wanted to get some revenge on Yanis and Noah Riley and snake them for Mrsavage. So there is a lot of potential storylines and way this thing could go, and I am very excited for it. We already talked about Mrsavage, so it is only right to talk about Mongraal, and we only have a couple of different potential names for Mongraal as of right now, since he is going to be on a longer vacation, and we literally haven't heard a single thing from him since he did split up with Mrsavage. The only pro that has been like open to actually trying with him is Prism and Casper. He said in the Mongraal community that him and Casper are down to try with Mongraal once he comes back from holiday. He also said, we didn't perform that well last season, but we made globals last year, and we're going to work even harder to make globals again. Let's try some scrims, eval, and play some Division 1 cups. Now, so far, this seems like the most intriguing option for him. I also did end up DMing Prism, and he says that him or Mongraal haven't been in any official contact yet. So this is just a rumor right now, but it seems like a lot of Mongraal fans want them to play together. Prism's best placements are 11th place in grand finals to qualify for globals, and then at globals, he actually placed 38th. So not like necessarily the craziest placements or anything, but it is very clear that Mongraal is just not taking the game as serious as he once was. So if he is still able to get the opportunity to play with 2 players that want to play with him and players that literally just made globals last year, I feel like this is a very good trio for him at least to try out with and see how things go. I think this is definitely a trio that has the potential to be able to qualify for grands. I don't necessarily think that they would do super well in grand finals, but I think if Mongraal is able to do what he wants to do more now and not take the game as serious, but still compete at a high level, this is a very decent option for him. Now, these next 2 trios have been the highlight of drama the last couple days, and I have been talking about them a lot, so I wanted to put them more towards the back end of the video, but they are still new trios at the end of the day. And of course, that is the new trio of Peterbot, Poyo, and Cold, and Acorn, Aders, and Ritual. It looks like as of right now, these are going to be the official teams with tournaments starting. Nobody has signed the disband forms yet either, so they would still be going back to the original trios they just played FNCS with for global championships if Acorn is sticking to his word. Of course, for the Peterbot trio, they just go to the instant FNCS favorites. They have the 2 best fighters on the entire region and the best support player. It really just comes down to whether or not Peterbot Peterbot can actually IGL. I think their floor has to be like a second place or splitting up if Peter is just a god-awful IGL, I guess. But that is really the only way that I don't see this team winning or at least placing top 2 again this season. Now for the trio of Acorn, Ritual, and Agers, this is a very interesting team, and I don't know how good interesting it actually is. It is a double IGL team, with one of the IGLs already being known as not like a super good fighter in Acorn, and then Ritual, who a lot of people are really slandering his grand finals performance. I do still think that this team has the potential to be a top 3 trio on the region, but I think if they do end up signing the disband forms, Acorn and Agers are going to want to look for more of like a traditional fragger rather than Ritual. So I think their floor is definitely splitting up. This last trio that I want to talk about is definitely the dark horse team of the season of Chap, Shark, and Kadu. Now this team is currently landing at Shiny Shafts, so they are going a top 2 POI on the map, and they also have 2 of the best fighters on the entire region with Chap and Shark. This is a very intriguing trio for me, and this is one of the teams I am most excited to watch going into this season. They're even getting coached by Razaru, and he responded to someone saying that they have win potential, and Raz responded with one of the ones who understands my cook. So if Raz believes in these guys, and if Raz is able to get them in the right spots, this is low-key going to be a sneaky potential top 3 trio on the region. I think their floor though 100% has to be splitting up. This is definitely an experiment, and I am very excited to see how it goes, if you guys couldn't tell. But not all experiments work out, and these guys could 100% split up. Other than that though, let me know what you guys think about every new confirmed trio going into this season though. Which trios do you think look the best? Which trios do you think are not going to work out, and everything like that? Remember, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, as we are less than 3,000 subs away from 100,000 subscribers now. I cannot thank you guys all enough. If you guys want to support me even more, especially when buying the brand new season's battle pass, please just use code KDOG in the Fortnite item shop. YouTube says enjoy winning some videos up on the screen right now, so go check them out if you guys haven't already. Follow me on my Twitter and on my Twitch, linked in the top of the description down below. Thank God for another day, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.